Hi, I'm Matt Carroll with World Class Coaching, and with the help of Academy Soccer Coach today, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about playing combinations to switch the field. So the way I would start this session after a warm-up is I would break the grid into two parts. I have 4 players in this grid, 4 players in this grid, and I would set a number depending on your players, the team you have, the age group. Maybe between 3 to 5 passes would be the goal. So we have our players against air, 4v0. And I would have them start by playing, just a pattern here, getting touches. And once they've played their 4th pass, we'll have the first player come in here against this group and a player come in here against this group. They'll be 4v1, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, whatever your goal is, and then have another player come in. So the idea is we're starting to kind of warm them up. They're getting touches on the ball. They're starting off in that the 4v0 where they're just getting that concept, and then gradually the pressure is increased until we have a 4v4, and we'll see how many passes we can get with a 4v4. So the ultimate goal is we can make it competitive. Once you work up to 4v4, once you work up to 4v4, how many passes can you get with the other group working at the same time? Or you could do it. How fast can you get to that number of passes? Either way, you can make it fun and competitive just kind of as a warm-up session to get these guys moving. And then what I would do is after you've got the 4v4 here, I would flip the group. So this defensive group then becomes the offensive group and vice versa over here. So we'll play these guys back out. So that would be kind of my activation part of the session after our warm-up, get these guys working on the ball and get the idea of moving quickly to evade the defensive pressure. Now we're going to integrate both groups into our session, our next drill. We'll take away one ball, and we'll move to a 4v0 at this point here with this grid wide open. So we'll start playing, and what we'll try to do is we'll bring in a defensive player here. They'll try to pressure. Once this group's played, let's say 4 passes, 1, 2, 3, 4, their job is then to switch the field across the line, play to their side. Once that happens, this player that was defensive goes to the end of the line, and a player on this side then comes out. So the coaching points I'm looking for are how we're receiving the ball, okay, playing away from pressure. So if this guy is pressuring this way, his first touch should be towards his next target, and then playing to space. So we'll activate with just one player going against them. Then after the 4 passes and the switch over here, this player then will move to the end of the line on this side. To up the ante then, we'll go 2 players. So this ball's played in. We bring in 2 defensive players, 4 passes, quick transition off to their side. These 2 go to the end of the line over here. And then 2 players come out here. So we're gradually increasing the intensity. If you have the squad for it, you can work all the way to a 4v4 and see how quickly we can get it out. And again, at the end of the session, at the end of whatever you feel is appropriate, or you set a specific goal of how many times they have to transition, I would then flip-flop the groups. Now, I would remove the cones in the same grid. So again, we're working on trying to pick up cones rather than put down more cones during the session. And I would move it to an 8v4. Okay. So we're keeping that shape. The idea of you have your 4 here working together and then your 4 here and keeping our spacing. But we can fill spaces in here and things like that. But keeping our general shape and our width and having the middle that we can run through, but really trying to work on the outsides and open up and move around the 4 players. So now we transition from the one grid switching to the other grid. You have more of a game-like situation. You have a more open playing area, but same kind of idea that we're going to go possibly 4 passes, whatever it is. 4 passes are completed. Bang, bang, bang. Back over here. Now quickly, the yellow group gets off, and a new group comes on. And we start the session, the same idea again, with the hope that in that transition phase, we can quickly move the ball before the defensive can get set.